and then some props. So if you have a block, definitely have it with you. If you don't have a block, no worries. It's just there if you choose to have support in any of your poses. And then if you have an eye mask, like a weighted eye mask, or if you have a sleep mask, just a mask that you sleep with, we just want to be able to cover the eyes to let the eyes rest. So if you have that, that would be awesome to have. And then we'll be using a bolster. But if you don't have a bolster, no worries. You can use a pillow from your bed or a couch cushion. Maybe having both of those options next to you so that if you need something a little bit stiffer, you have it, and if you need just some cushion softness, you have that also. So just making sure that you have all of the props that you need. If you need to go grab anything, feel free to do it. If it's your first time practicing Yin, we'll be holding our poses for 3 to 5 minutes. Very restorative, all about getting super cozy and letting the body rest. So also, you might want to grab yourself a blanket. And if you get cold in any of the poses, always feel free to use your blanket, cover up, and let yourself feel a little bit more supported and nice and comfy. So to start, I'm going to show you 2 options tonight. So if you have a block, I'll just demonstrate waterfall. For those of us who have practiced it before, we bring the feet opposite sides of the mat, and then you lift the hips and choose your level of the block, the highest, the middle, or the lowest. The butt cheeks are hanging off of the block, the lower back is supported. You bring the knees towards the chest, the feet flex up towards the sky, the hands come up above the head, palms facing up. We close the eyes. So you might choose to stay here for your 7 minutes. When we come down, we lower the feet, opposite side of the mat, lift the hips, bring the knees to touch, hands by the side. If you don't have a block or you want to go for a more restorative version, you can come on the wall. So bring your mat, I won't move my mat, but bring your mat to the wall. And then you'll lay down and scooch a little bit closer to the wall, making sure your legs are touching. You'll send your legs up the wall. Let your legs be supported. Flexing the feet, slightly separating the legs, just like you're standing up. Then you'll send the arms up above the head. Place the eye pillow on the eyes if you have it. Tucking the chin towards the chest, palms facing up, shoulders are relaxed. So whatever variation you're choosing tonight, beginning to come into our first pose. Beginning to use the breath as you inhale fully and deeply, and you exhale completely. Using those deep, full belly breaths. So like I said, we'll be holding our poses 3 to 5 minutes. This first pose is a little bit longer, and this will always be the pose we'll start with. Those of you who have been practicing Yin with me, you know. Always we begin here in our waterfall. Because of the way it allows our nervous systems to relax, it brings us into our parasympathetic nervous system. It turns off your fight or flight mode. And it allows you to come into your rest and digest. You're letting go of worry, anxiety, and stress before those things get trapped inside the body and cause discomfort like pain or illness or injury. Yin is all about allowing those things to be released from the body, so we're not holding things that we don't need. So we're not taking up space that is meant for other, more positive things in our life, like peace and joy and happiness. So really using your breath and thinking about relaxing all of the muscles. Letting the muscle go. And here in your waterfall, we're changing the direction of your blood flow. So it's coming down the legs, it's coming over the kidneys to be filtered and cleaned. It's coming to the liver to be restored and rejuvenated. Coming past the spleen for transformation. And then coming to the heart and the lungs to be circulated through the body, this fresh, rejuvenated, replenished blood. And in Yin, we know that the blood is our chi. It's our life force, our life energy. So we're cleaning out, we're filtering, we're rejuvenating our life force. If you feel any shaking or trembling, swaying or twitching, it's the body recalibrating ourselves. I always say the body already knows what it needs. We're just creating space for the body to heal itself in our Yin practices. So if you're feeling any of those sensations, rest in the fact that you know it's your body healing itself. So allow the trembling, allow the shaking, allow the twitching. It's your body letting go of stress, releasing anxiety. So you're not holding on to those things. And we always use the breath. The breath is our most powerful tool to help you tune into yourself. With our full yogic breath, we breathe into the belly first, then into the lungs. We exhale from the lungs, and then we empty the belly. These deep, full yogic breaths also help to clear out. So if you're feeling any of those sensations, maybe tightness or discomfort, we can always use our breath to breathe into that space, gather that discomfort or tightness, and then use the exhale, letting it go. Take 2 more full deep breaths as you are. And then with your next exhale, you're going to slowly start to bend the knees, bringing them down towards the chest. We roll over to the right side. Use the left hand to ground down. Slowly just scooch away from the wall. And then come lying back on the back, trying to engage as little muscle as possible. Bring the feet opposite sides of the mat. Bring the knees to touch. The hands are by the side, palms facing up. If you had the block, just removing the block. Meeting us here, feet opposite sides of the mat, knees touching. Taking a few breaths here. We're allowing our spine to settle, allowing our energy to settle. Yin is also all about creating space. So we're beginning to create space, and we want to honor that space in the body. With your next exhale, roll over to the side, and during all of our practices, when you're watching me demonstrate a pose, you might sit with the soles of the feet touching, or you might sit back on both feet, just trying to avoid crossing the legs because we don't want to create imbalance, sitting favoring one side over the other. Yeah, so just finding a comfy seat as I demonstrate our next pose. We're gonna go into shoelace. So we're honoring the liver tonight, boosting our immune systems. So we're gonna send the legs out long and flex the feet. We'll bend the left leg and cross the left leg over the right. You might stay here if this is enough for you, or leaning over to the right, bend the right leg in, maybe staying here, or maybe coming and stacking the knees on top of one another. Trying to ground through the sit bones, they'll be a little bit uneven, flexing the feet to protect your ankle joints and protect our knee joints. Then you'll walk the fingertips out in front of you, tall, long crown up towards the sky, closing the eyes, slightly tucking the chin towards the chest, and then keeping the finger pads pressed into the ground. We're activating the meridians in the end of our fingers. And then while we're here in this pose, bringing the attention between the eyebrows and slightly above, coming to the point of the third eye, beginning to connect with our intuition. And we use those deep, full breaths to begin to arrive in our pose. So beginning to allow the body to settle in. Thinking about all of the muscles relaxing and letting go. We want to let the muscle go. The muscle is the yang part of our body because we want to connect more with the yin aspect, which is our fascia, the connective tissue that runs throughout our entire body, between our organs, our muscles, our ligaments, our tendons. And in yin, the fascia is known as the life story. So we're opening up our life story, letting go of things that no longer serve us, replenishing and restoring with all of the things that are meant for us. And focusing on the third eye, our instinct, our intuition. The liver is the organ that houses our soul. So we have 5 primary organs, and the liver is the one connected with our soul purpose. So here, as we work on the liver tonight, we'll begin to connect more deeply with our soul, with our instincts, with our purpose. Just about a minute left. Those full, deep, beautiful breaths. Take about 4 more here. few breaths here in center. Maybe noticing the difference between one side and the other. Just becoming more aware of where we're holding in the body. And when you're ready, we'll go for the opposite side. So this time bending the right leg, cross the right over the left, lean to the left, bend the right foot in. Maybe staying here, maybe stacking the knees, making sure you're flexing the feet, protecting the joints. Settling in, rooting through your sit bones. The crown of the head is up towards the sky, a long, tall spine. We walk the fingertips in front of us and ground the fingertips. We relax the shoulders, tuck the chin towards the chest, and close the eyes. Bringing the attention back to the third eye. Back to that point of intuition. Connecting with our purpose. And this pose is really beautiful because in Yin we're all about working with the meridians, working with the Chinese meridians, which are our energy lines that move throughout our entire body. And so here for the liver, the meridian line runs on the inside of the legs, and then it comes out at this point in between the first and second toe, and then ends in the big toe. So maybe you might be feeling some there or on the inside of the legs on either side. But also each of our 5 primary organs has a partner organ. It has a yang aspect organ that it's working with. And for the liver, that's our gallbladder. And the gallbladder runs on the outside of the legs. So maybe just noticing where you might be feeling it a little bit more. Is it on the outside of the legs, connecting with our gallbladder, which is connected with bitterness, and then the inside, connecting more with the liver, which is connected to anger, frustration, and rage. And even if we're not feeling those emotions or expressing those emotions, they get trapped. If we do feel them and we don't express them or allow them to pass, they get trapped in the body. So you might feel a sensation, say, "Ooh, well, I didn't know I was tight there." But it's because you're holding on to maybe an emotion that wasn't expressed or let go. And so here it's our opportunity to do that. We don't even have to know why it's there or how it got there or what was the experience that led to it. But just knowing that we have the ability to release it and to let it go. Remember using the breath, breathing in. You'll take 3 more deep, full breaths on this side. With your next exhale, slowly unwinding the feet, sending the legs long. Take a few breaths, center yourself, back in neutral. Feel your sit bones grounding down. If there was any shaking or trembling, letting it finish releasing. And then we'll move to our sleeping swan. So we're going to start to work with the physical organ of the liver a little bit. So you'll need your bolster or your couch cushion or your pillow, or you might even stack them on top of each other depending on how much support your body is craving tonight. And then we'll start on all fours. So the bolster goes towards the top of the mat. We come to all fours. Then bring the right knee towards the bolster. Bring the foot on the inside towards the left side of your mat. You're going to walk your left foot back and come settling down. Trying to square the hips parallel with the front of your mat. Then you might tuck your back toes, and then move your hip a little bit more towards the back, and then untuck your toes, creating more space here in the left hip flexor. Keeping the right foot flexed to protect the ankle and the knee again. When you find your comfort here, we'll inhale, and then exhale, walking forward. We'll turn the cheek towards the right side. Palms are facing up either side of the bolster. And we come to rest. So you might use a second pillow here if you want, or if you find that your hip is really lifted, you can always come with a block and use the block underneath the hip to help you feel more even and more supported. So in Yin, we use lots of props, and it's sometimes about figuring out what works best for your body, where you can feel supported to let go. So coming back to your breath, allowing the body to drop into your pose. And like I was saying with the liver, it's connected with those feelings of anger, frustration, rage, bitterness. And sometimes we don't like to express those emotions if we feel them, because they're not super fun. So they can get caught in the body. And then they block us from being connected with our soul purpose. We can't live in our purpose if we have these things blocking our energy from flowing. So sometimes when we do liver work, it can be really surprising, because in the next coming days, we might start to feel some of those emotions out of nowhere. Where did that come from, you know? Feel angry for no reason. But it's because we've worked with the liver, because we've worked with the energy lines. So if that comes up in the next couple of days, don't sweat it, just recognize, oh, that's because I did liver work. It's just passing through, giving gratitude that it's releasing from the body, and then knowing that your energy can flow freely so you can connect with your purpose. So for the last minute here, breathing into anywhere that you're feeling tightness, using your exhale, creating space and letting go. Taking 4 more deep, full breaths. With your next exhale, bringing the head back to center, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, using the arms to help you come up. We don't want to activate the muscles in the back. Tucking the back toes, bringing the knees together, just come sitting back on the feet. Bring the hands on the thighs. Palms can be up in an attitude of gifting and receiving, or they can be down if you're wanting to conserve your energy. So just taking a few breaths back in neutral. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to all fours and we'll go for the other side. So this time, bringing the left knee forward, flexing the foot, bringing it towards the right side of the mat. Tucking the back toes, walking the thigh back, untucking the toes, bringing the hips parallel with the front of the mat and with each other. Then when you feel comfortable, taking your inhale, exhale, walking forward, this time looking towards the left, palms are facing up. And we close the eyes, finding the support that you need for your body. And we come back to the breath. Coming back to the inhale and the exhale. Those full, deep, complete breaths. So the beautiful thing is that once we've worked through and released the negative emotions connected with the liver, we come into this really strong, connected place with purpose. We come into a space where we're able to fully be present and arrive in ourselves. To, with conviction, live out the reason that we're here in this lifetime, in this body, in this place that we're in. Working with the liver allows us to do that. And here on this side, with the left leg forward, the liver sits in the torso, the mid to low torso, on the right side of the body. So here we're opening up, you're stretching the liver. On the opposite side, when the right leg was forward, the thigh was helping to compress and massage the liver, helping to work out any toxins. And now on this side, we open up the physical organ. So anything that might have been stuck energy-wise or toxins can be released, let go, filtered, cleaned out. So we have 1 minute left here. Allowing yourself to fully drop into your pose. Taking 4 more deep cleansing breaths. And then with your next exhale, bringing the head back to center, bringing the hands under the shoulders, tucking the back toes, bringing the knees together, sitting back on the feet, taking a few breaths. It can be pretty painful, deeply opening our hips like that. Again, working with the meridian lines. So just taking a few breaths, recentering yourself, noticing the difference in our body. You're just taking a bit of time to slow down connect. And then when you're ready, we're going to do a little reclining butterfly. So for the liver, for a reclining butterfly, for those of you who are familiar with it, we'll bring the soles of the feet to touch, but then bring the feet as close to the body as possible. So you're going to bring the heels as close as you can. If you have a blanket and you're feeling a little chilly, feel free to grab it so you can cover yourself up for this pose. And then we'll lower back down slowly, slowly, slowly onto the bolster. If you have that eye pillow or the eye mask, placing it on the eyes, bringing the hands by the side, palms facing up. Or you might be feeling some heat coming off the liver. And if you want to redistribute and balance the heat in the body, you might bring the hands above the head in prayer, helping to open the heart and the lungs, or you might hold opposite elbows. So just finding what feels best in your reclining butterfly. Choosing whatever variation with the arms will work best for you tonight. With the eyes closed, using those deep, full breaths, allowing all of the muscles to relax fully and completely. Allowing the body to let go. In this pose, with the heels closer to the body, we're more deeply opening the inside of the legs. We're deeply opening our liver channel. And our liver is responsible for our immune system. So we're helping to boost and strengthen our immune system. It's all connected to our blood. The liver stores our blood. That helps to restore our blood. So we're helping to build up its functioning so it can better support and drive our immune system to help keep us healthy and strong. Also in this pose, we're helping to lift and open the heart. So maybe feeling yourself connecting more deeply with joy and happiness, connecting more with love, maybe cultivating more self-love in your life, which you're already doing by taking the time for this practice tonight. For the last minute here, let your body fully release over your prop. Then taking 3 more deeply nourishing breaths. start to bring the knees together. So slowly, slowly, slowly. Bring the knees together. Make sure the lower back is supported. Bringing the feet a little bit wider on the mat. And then you can bring the toes to touch. All this really lovely space we're creating in the lower body. We want to honor that. So just taking a few breaths here. And then with the next exhale, rolling to the right side, grounding with the left hand, slowly coming up to a seat. We're going to come into a pose that doesn't require any props. So you can move your props to the side. And we're going to come to twisted wheel of life. So our in-between pose will be sitting up with our knees up, taking a few breaths this way. So let's start here so we remember where we're coming back to. We'll take an inhale here. And then exhale, dropping the knees over to the right. You're going to bring the right knee in line with your hip and the ankle in line with the knee. So you're creating a 90-degree angle and making sure you're flexing the foot. Then looking to the left leg, move the knee so it's in line with the hip again. So we have to move it a little bit further back. And then bring the left ankle in line with the left knee, flexing the foot. So you're creating these two 90-degree angles with your legs. We'll inhale here, send the crown of the head up towards the sky. You're exhaling, you're twisting the body towards the front of your mat. You're gonna walk down. You're gonna reach the left arm long, and then you're gonna bend the right arm at 90 degrees, and the forehead will come to rest on the right arm. Your left arm is reaching forward. So it might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, and that is okay. Just meeting your body wherever it's at tonight. Remembering to use your breath. Breathe in, create space. Use the exhale, letting go. This is our twisted wheel of life. So again, deeply working our meridian lines and also the physical organ of the liver. Taking those deep, full breaths. The liver is also connected to the season of spring, which we're currently in right now. So we're honoring the season that we're in by practicing, by working our liver. And there's a quote that I love connected with the spring that I'll read for you while we're here. It was written by my yoga teacher, Jackie Static, and I just absolutely love it, especially for this time that we're currently in. We need to be ourselves, firmly based in the physical body to give us stability and safety from which to grow at other levels. The tree which can be flexible and yield to the strong force of the wind will bend and not break and then come back to center. It is the same for us. The ability to yield to an inevitable force will preserve energy and leave us with strength to come back to center without being damaged. When we cultivate this rootedness, we have the power and strength to stand firm and not be blown this way and that way by the winds of fortune. So I read that during our spring equinox class also. And it's all about this ability to be flexible. As this new growth and this time of change is coming, it's about being able to flex and bend and alter with the changes because of the way it's going to allow us to come back more rooted in our center. Take 2 more breaths. As you exhale, walking the left hand back, using the arms. Slowly, always in yin, we transition slowly, trying to not activate the muscles. Bringing the feet back, knees pointed up, taking a few breaths in center. When you're ready, we inhale here. We exhale, this time dropping the knees towards the left. Bring the left knee in line with the hip, ankle in line with the knee, flex the foot. The right knee is in line with the hip. So creating that 90-degree angle, the ankle in line with the knee, the feet are flexed. Inhale here, exhale, twisting the body. This time, the right arm reaches long, the left elbow bends, and the forehead rests on the arm. Here we're opening up the physical liver. We're strengthening our sense of rootedness in ourselves so we can flow and flex with the changes that come in life. And we can return stronger in ourselves. So using that deep, full breath, breathing into areas of tightness. Exhale, releasing discomfort, creating space. Such beautiful work with our livers. To fully release into your pose. Just being present with any sensations occurring. Not becoming attached to what you're feeling or what's going on. Just providing your body space to open and heal itself. Taking 4 more deep cleansing breaths. you exhale, walking the hands back. Remember, honoring your pose by releasing slowly. Bringing the knees facing up, taking a few breaths. Letting your energy settle. Coming back to neutral. When you're ready, we'll move on to my favorite pose for our liver. I love, love, love this pose. It's called Sleeping Beauty. So you'll need a bolster, maybe a blanket to put over you. And if you have the eye pillow or the eye mask, feel free to grab it. We're just going to use it as a little cushion for the head. You can even just pull a blanket to use as the cushion. So we're going to begin for this pose on the right side of the body. So you'll come on the right side of the body, send the legs long, stack the feet on top of one another, flexing the feet. Then you'll bring the bolster in front of the legs. You'll come lying down on your side, sending the right arm out, palm facing up. Arm is at shoulder height. You're going to bend the left knee 90 degrees, placing it on your bolster, your block, or your pillow or your cushion. Make sure that it's at 90 degrees in the foot as both feet are flexed. We're activating those meridian lines in the feet. Then, using the eye pillow or the eye mask or a little blanket, create a little pillow for yourself. The left hand comes above the right arm, and then we rest. So closing the eyes, if you wanted that blanket, make sure it's on you. And then taking those deep, full breaths. Allowing the body to relax into your sleeping beauty. This is one of the only yin poses that we do on only one side of the body. Most of the time we're trying to create balance, so we practice equally on the right and the left. But here, we only do this pose on the right side because the physical liver sits on the right side of the body. So we're honoring the organ here. This pose helps to create a profound sense of deep stillness, of rest and relaxation, allowing us to connect with the divine and our deepest instincts. We come here to rest in our soul. We come here to rest in our purpose. sure all of our muscles have let go. Allowing our fascia to fully open. Taking 3 more deep, full breaths. With your next exhale, you'll ground through the left hand, send the legs long, and we're just going to transition into our Shavasana, so you don't even have to come all the way up. You can just roll onto your back. You can use the prop under the knees if you want, or you don't have to use the prop at all. If you want a blanket to cover up with, feel free to do that. If you have something to cover the eyes, making sure it's nearby. Bringing the feet opposite sides of your mat, let the feet flop out to the side. Bring the hands by the side, palms facing up. Check that the lower back is connected with the floor. If it's not, lift the hips and roll the lower back down. The shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. The chin is tucked towards the chest. The palms are facing up in an attitude of gifting, an attitude of receiving. If the fingers are curled, you're resting the body. If the palms are open, you're resting the heart. Eye pillow is placed on the eyes. The eyes are our sense organ for our liver. So when we let the eyes rest, we allow the soul to rest. Making any last micro adjustments as you settle in for your Shavasana. Shavasana is the time for our bodies to absorb the nutrients of our practice. The time for us to completely release, relax, and let go. So bringing the awareness to the top of your head. Relax the top of your head. Relax the forehead and the eyes. Relax the cheeks and the jaw. Relax the mouth and the tongue. Relax the back of the head. Relax the ears. Relax the neck. Relax the shoulders. Relax the arms. Relax the wrists and the hands. Relax the fingers one by one. Letting go. Relax the chest. Relax the rib cage. Relax the torso. hips, let them melt into the mat. Relax the thighs and the knees. Relax the calves and the ankles. Relax the feet and the toes. Relax your whole body. Let your whole body go. Beginning to bring the awareness back to the breath. Beginning to notice the inhale and notice the exhale. Beginning to deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Beginning to bring movement back to the body by wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. It might feel nice to stretch the arms overhead. Reach the feet long, giving yourself one last stretch. When you're ready, bending the knees, rolling over to one side, taking a breath or two. And then we'll slowly make our way up, keeping the eyes closed if you can. Coming up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet with the hands in heart center. Bowing to look within with gratitude. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of light, of truth, of peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining practice tonight. It was so lovely to get to practice with you. I hope that you enjoyed it, that you're able to maybe have a nice cozy cup of tea and have a nice, lovely, relaxful, deep sleep. And if any of you have any sensations in the body or anything go on with the body, either during practice or maybe in the next couple of days, and you're just wondering about it, what's going on, feel free to message me in the group or privately message me, and I'll get back to you and we can chat about it.